Hi, everybody. Mr. Dell here. We are looking at a problem that has to do with unit rate and converting a ratio to a unit rate based on given values. So this is specifically, this is a CPM question from CPM CC2, that's course 2, and it's our closure section. Okay, so this is closure, and closure specifically 4-27. So I'll read it and we'll go from there. So it says a speed skater covered 1,500 meters in 106.43 seconds. Find his unit rate of speed in meters per second. So from the first situation, first sentence, I'm going to write my ratio that I have. They give me a ratio. That came from ratio. My ratio is 1,500 meters per 106.43 seconds, right? So what do I want? I need to convert this as a unit rate, and the unit rate it's asking for is meters per second. So it wants to know how many meters per 1 second. So that's my unit rate it's asking for. How many meters per 1 second? Okay. So what's the process here? Right? So we're looking at, I know I have 1,500 meters for 106.43 seconds. I need to convert this to be something over 1 second. Well, if you think about the properties of a fraction, if I just get rid of these the units, the words, I have this fraction 1,500 over 106.43, and I want that to be equal to something, and I'll call that something m over 1. I need it to be something. What is that? Well, if you think about the properties of a fraction, I can take this denominator and get it to be a 1 by dividing by itself. Dividing by 106.43. That'll then equal, sorry, a little out of room there, 1. Right? So I'm going to have that equal 1 by dividing. Let me rewrite that so we can see that clearer. So I have 1,500 over 106.3. I want that equal to something over 1. So I'm going to divide it by itself by 106.43, right? If I divide by 106.43, I will equal 1. If I do that to the denominator, well, the properties of fractions, I can do that as long as I what? I do it to the top. As long as I do it to the numerator and the denominator, then it's okay. That's basically simplifying a fraction. So here comes the mathematics I'll need to do, which is 1,500 divided by 106.43. Now, to do that math, I think at this point it would be fair to say that you could use a calculator. Given the numbers here. If not, you would have to move the decimal, and we'd be dealing with some pretty ugly, tedious long divisions. So we're going to go ahead and give credence to using a calculator for this question. So the calculator will give us 1,500 divided by 106.43, and it comes out to be 14.09. I'm going to round to the hundredths. So that becomes now my unit rate. So I have this as just a fraction. So as the unit rate, I would say 14.09 meters per 1 second. That's my unit rate. Or you could say meters per second. So there's the unit rate for this question. Okay, I hope that helped.